back.
Well, I guess I better shut the door after I throw it. But this is a steam train, so I'm not sure how much protection I'm going to get from that door.
Yeah.
By the way, do these trains have 1, 2, or 3 expansion chambers in their engines?
They didn't go into that much detail. I don't know. I do not know.
And so, okay. Well, that'll do something to some of my suggestions. We need to get this over with so we can get back to Sir whoever he is and give him a stern lecture. Of course, it won't sound so stern. Where's Madam Captain? Ching Shai is green.
Oh, that's her old Triton character from her old D20 game. Or old 5e game. I had my big Memorial Day birthday game this last Sunday. Had a lot of fun. They finally got through all of the catacombs beneath the All Faiths Temple. So they took the stairway down, and they are on the second level of the catacombs. So
I'm not doing too well on the rolls today. Oh, there we go. That's something.
Well, you have to be careful, man, because if you do too many test rolls, you're going to waste the good ones.
Yeah, sure. I don't think statistics works like that. At least it didn't in my graduate studies.
The good old Fable Beard Company.
They're now one of my favorite companies.
Yes, they are pretty great.
Ooh, a little on this side, and a little on the other side.
Little dab will do ya.
Get that stuff out of my mouth.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, I've got Dr. Wolf Beard Balm on right now, and yeah, I got some on my lips earlier, and it smells great. Doesn't taste that good.
Well, which one of these is going to win? Yeah, which one? Oh, let's see. These two almost have the same numbers.
Hello, Ching Shi.
Hello. I didn't know if I was supposed to wait for like a dramatic reveal.
No, not yet.
I just logged in so I would be on time.
No, we are going to bring you in. Even these guys are mid combat, but we're going to bring you in, and your your boyfriend there. We will bring both of you in. I'm going to start off with you guys and kind of explain why or how you are coming into this situation.
Thanks. Okay.
She just transported in from Star Trek, from the
Yes.
Enterprise,
Yes.
and she's gonna transport right on the last car and shoot
Well,
the last.
There has been.
And she's got a what do they call it?
It's
A
interesting.
flame rifle. She's got a flame rifle, and she's gonna cook him.
It's interesting.
You'd be surprised at how close that is to my fighting style.
Yes. So it's fortuitous that she has chosen now to come in because there was some hints revealed in both this game and Friday night's Deep Night Revelation campaign that directly tie in to Ching Shi, and not that she is the reason for she's not the reason for all of that, but
just, the purpose of the plot.
yeah,
It's cool.
she is.
It's all about me, Chris.
Yes, it's all about you. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there were a couple of hints that were dropped about this, and in fact, it's a big enough reveal that the Deep Night Revelation on Friday night ended up with a immature, spoiled brat, pain in the ass sub-lieutenant from the military or from the Imperial Navy, because her great uncle.
Yeah, her great uncle.
Something like that is the Duke of Tobiah, and talked them into taking her with them because, one, it's a 20+ year mission, and by the time that she gets back, she'll have so much seniority that she'll just automatically go into a command position and get a nice cushy desk job and not have to go through all the dangerous go through all the dangerous bullshit that would normally be involved with a naval commission. The other side of that is that he is fearful of what's coming, and it was in the news, but these guys heard about it directly from the Duke of Tobiah's mouth that the Jodani consulate. So from the Fourth Frontier War. This is quite a ways back. There were 4 of these damn things. The four Frontier Wars. Now, to be honest, I will tell you, in every single Frontier War, every single one, the initial aggressor was the Jodani consulate. I mean, that you just can't argue with the facts. These guys are kind of dickheads. I don't know why that is.
They were trained well.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a difference of opinion between the consulate and the Imperium, but every single one. And so after the Fourth Frontier War, there was a DMZ that was set up, a demilitarized zone, in between the Jodani consulate and the Imperium. They're between the Spinward Marches and basically the edge of the consulate. And both polities are allowed to patrol that, or at least get close to patrolling it, and then they do long-range sensor scans, make sure that everybody's, playing by the rules that were agreed to. Well, evidently the Jodani are not playing by the rules. Long-range scans have shown that indeed they have not like a few ships, not a flotilla, not even an armada. They have moved a friggin' fleet into the demilitarized zone and are massing at a couple of different planets. And so this is what prompted the Duke of Tobiah to send his niece, his great niece. I don't know. She's She's a distant relative, really. With Deep Night Revelation, even though that he knows that it is a 20-plus year, it's 20-plus years round trip. They're expecting 10 to 14 years there, 10 to 14 years back. But he thinks that it would be better for her to do that than to stick around and have to deal with this. And pretty much most of, I mean, the news came into the Trojan Reach, and the Trojan Reach is so far coreward that it's not like they're super worried about it. But it is something to keep an eye on. And one of the reasons to keep an eye on it is that if a war does break out, that's going to cause a whole lot of economic problems for the Trojan Reach, because ships will be diverted that would be normally classified for, picket defense and convoy escort. Those ships are going to be diverted coreward for the war effort. And so there will be less trade convoys, or the trade convoys that do come through are going to get hit harder by pirates because there's nobody there to protect them. And so there are some factions in the Trojan Reach that are clenching their ass a little bit. So there's that. So that is the hint that was dropped. You guys pretty much already know that, but there's so much more to this that directly involves changing. And we'll get into that. But welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. As you may have just heard, there is going to be a big reveal in this leg. Before we get started, we would like to thank one of the friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. Tonight, we'd like to thank Dogmight Games. Dogmight Games makes beautiful wooden tabletop accessories for your games, such as DM screens, dice vaults, dice trays, dice towers. They have this really cool thing called the Player Vault that kind of combines all of that. It's got a dice tray in it. It's got a dice vault in it. I think it's got a slot in it for you to hold a mini and a pen. And then the top has a plexiglass screen that is magnetically attached. And the screen can be etched with whatever kind of character sheet that you want, so you can scribble notes on it or track your hit points or spell slots with a dry erase or wet erase pen. Very cool. Definitely check out Dogmight Games. We have a 10% discount code that's good for everything on their site. Just go to Dogmight Games, put your plethora of items into your cart, and when you're checking out, you can use the code FRIEND in all capital letters, and that will net you 10% off your purchase. If you are a fan of our games and you like the channel, you could help us out. We do have a merch store via Zazzle. We've got the Pirates of Drinax pirate flag T-shirt, which is a skull or a mushroom cloud that blows up into a skull. We've got the original core group for Greenwater Guildhall, which is the Wayward Bastards. Their shirts on there. We have the Brawnhaven campaign cover T-shirt. There is a fleece blanket that comes in 3 sizes that has the entire map of the Glossian Empire from Brawnhaven printed on it. There is a Greenwater Mercantile and Adventuring Company beer stein, which works better as a coffee mug, I have found personally, but I mean it does hold beer. God, what else? Well, we've got pins, buttons. There is the Greenwater Mercantile and Adventuring Company pin with the Greenwater logo on it. I don't have any more pins to hold up to the camera because I gave them all away this last Sunday. There's also the pirate flag pin as well. So 100% of the proceeds from that channel go back into, or from that merch store go back into our channel. The pirate flag logo was made by the wonderful Cameron, who plays Captain Beth on our game here. So, if you want to support the channel, go buy yourself a pin or get yourself a T-shirt. I mean, what the hell. And we thank you for your support. If you are a fan of our Saturday game, we have the full line of the Brawnhaven campaign setting is available. via Drive-Thru RPG and Big Geek Emporium for PDF for your digital downloads. If you prefer, like I do, if you want print products, Drive-Thru RPG has those available print on demand. There's only 2 titles that are PDF only. And the second one, the first one was the Christmas adventure. The other one, I wanted it to be print available, but it just wasn't long enough. There wasn't enough print to justify putting it into a paperback, so it's PDF only. But yeah, go pick them up. They are on sale. I'm really thinking that the sale is going to be the new permanent price. Wizards decided that on their new books they are going to raise the price by 20%. And you know what? As a big fuck you to Wizards, I'm going to lower my prices. So there you go. And you know what? If you get one of my books early, I won't send the fucking Pinkertons to your house either. So, mostly because I can't afford the Pinkertons. But, I mean, that's neither here nor there. Give me just a moment. I'm going to drop the temp on my AC, and then we will bust into this.
Welcome back, Ching Shi. Good to see you.
Well, thank you. And it's good to be back. It's been a long while out of the game, but I'm looking forward to it. This should be fun.
Oh yeah, we've been rather peaceful lately. So
Yeah.
They've been on vacation.
Why don't
we've been on vacation, and we've all we've been doing is helping people.
Right. No, I bet everybody's been sitting on their best behavior on the bridge of the ship, just waiting for me to come back for these months. I'm sure. There's been no murder hoboing at all.
No,
man, I've been trying to encourage it, but
right.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you haven't enslaved anyone and stripped them naked or anything like that. I'm sure.
Not that I've gotten caught at in quite some time.
That's all that matters. If it's not committed to the record, it never happened.
Well, we're getting our records cleaned or forgiven is what this mission we're working on now. Because
it's more like cleaned.
We nuked that Corvette, that Imperium Corvette, and then just jumped out.
So
weren't you there for that?
Didn't say
no, she wasn't there for that.
Oh my God, we did. There was a Imperial Corvette dude hunting us. He was all big badass. We went and busted our people out of prison.
Yeah, I remember who was looking for you.
Yeah, he was looking for us, and so we busted our people out of prison, and we're getting ready to leave system, and I fucked around and I talked Captain let us do a fucking nuclear assault on his punk ass. And his big flagship, we nuked the shit out of him. I mean, just repeated. We hit him with the particle barbette, nuclear missiles. And then we just jumped out, just like, ha, fuck you, and just left.
That sounds about right.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so the Imperium got kind of pissed off about that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but
just
we got
sad.
a social score, so,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So we're being good people trying to make up for that. No.
Right.
And our new player, what's your real name?
Victor.
Hello, Victor. I'm Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Ting is Wes. Gregor is oh shit, I'm brain farting.
Glenn works.
Okay.
Glenn or Randy.
Yeah, Gregor or Randy. God, I'm sorry. My brain's shutting off. And of course, the captain is Cameron. So it's Beth Smith is the captain. You guys are on the floating palace of Drinax, and so the reason that just for and Victor will be playing the part of a palace guard named Jacob Ortiz. Now, Drinax is special because a couple hundred years ago, there's this alien species that are basically big walking cats. They're kind of, very temperamental, as cats are, and
yeah,
the king of Drinax at the time. So Drinax is the inheritor of what is left of what was known as the Sindalian Empire, and the Sindalian Empire ruled pretty much all of this sector. And as time, I mean, they ruled it for like 1,000 years, and as time went on, the emperors themselves got more and more despotic, and they started seeing rebellion, every shadow, and so they took it out on their own people with orbital bombardments of atomics and biological weapons, and so that was pretty much the end of the Sindalian Empire. That kind of tanked that whole reign, and so a lot of the planets that are left today are still 2,000 years later, they are still recovering from that. And there are some planet, Homestead is a great example. Used to be a garden world, now it's mostly desert, and it's got a couple of interesting bacterial diseases, not to mention the sand fleas and other mutagenic creatures. There is Drinax, who at the time, the king, about 300 years ago, the king of Drinax at the time, decided that he was going to levy a tax against all trade ships that came through the Drinax subsector. And that meant that he was going to try to put this draconian tax on Aslan ships as they came through. And the Aslan finally had enough of his shit and said, if you want to rule a world from this floating palace that you see here, this is this magnificent palace that the king of Drinax rules from. It sits up there at the high atmosphere on repulsor lifts, anti-grav technology, and the Aslan basically told them, if you want to sit in your fancy palace and rule a world, we'll go ahead and make sure that you rule a dust ball that is good for nothing, but we'll leave your palace alone. And they did an orbital bombardment using iron core meteorites that basically ruined the world. It is a desolate wasteland even now. It is starting to show signs that there is some life coming back, but it's pretty bad. But all of the repository of information at tech level 15, which is way up there, is stored in a location called the Scholars Tower on the floating palace. And this is a map, actually, of the palace. And this here would be the Scholars Tower. And then there is, of course, the royal apartments here, with, of course, the throne room being dead center. But the royal apartments is where Qingxi has her apartment that she is adjoined. It actually connects and adjoins with Princess Rao's apartment. And I have a picture of her, too. There we go. So Princess Rao, she is the youngest daughter of King Oleb the 13th, the current king of Drinax. And Princess Rao, honestly, Oleb likes his drink. Oleb likes his women. Women, I think. I was going to say ladies, but that's way too nice. Oleb likes his prostitutes. Oleb likes his drink. And Oleb really likes to go hunting. And but the fact of the matter is that Oleb is a man of, he's practically bipolar. He's a man of strong emotions. And his youngest daughter, Princess Rao, is currently named his heir. And the reason that she is his heir is because his son, Prince Herrick, was badly injured in a assault that basically the only world that Drinax currently completely rules over in their kingdom is the planet Asim, kind of a chattel world. And they led an assault on Asim in order to get foodstuffs. The gardens on the floating palace contracted a blight, and Asim kind of told them to piss off when they asked for food, and so Prince Eric launched an assault, and he was badly injured in a shuttle crash, and they thought he was dead. I mean, he was burned, like 95% of his body was burned to a crisp. The military on the planet at the time threw him into a cold berth and brought him back. And when the Scholars Tower put a neural activity scanner on it, they realized that he was actually alive, and so they rebuilt him. And it is quite extensive. A lot of people, the guess has been that Prince Eric is really more machine than man. Anyways, along came these guys. So Princess Rao, her ingenious idea in order to make Drinax a major power again, which I don't know, the whole plan has always sounded a little not well thought out to me, but whatever. Her major idea was that they will go ahead and engage in some good old-fashioned targeted privateering. And so in walks our travelers here, including Qingxi, and there was a whole lot of promises that were made. They'll get land, they'll get titles, they'll get money, fame, fortune, and Qingxi would get the hand of Princess Rao. And Princess Rao was all for that. And they have been doing exactly that. Now, the King of Drinax, King Oleb, has given them a letter of marque, which is only worth the paper it's printed on until Drinax is actually acknowledged as a true government. Until then, they're just pirates. So if they get caught, they're going to get spaced, or whatever the current. It's usually getting spaced. Once Drinax is acknowledged by the Imperium and everybody else as being a true government, a true kingdom, then the letter of marque applies, and they are, all sins forgiven. You were doing it as you were acting on the behalf of a country during a time of war kind of situation. So Qingxi has the official title of concubine regent. She is engaged to Princess Rao, and preparations are being made around the palace that Qingxi is. The Qingxi and Princess Rao's wedding preparations are being planned. Is going to be held over right here in the Great Hall. They've spent a lot of time in the Great Hall, and banners are going up and plans are being made and invitations are being thrown out. Now, of course, whenever you go into jump space, there's a week lag. It doesn't matter how far you go. There's always a week. So they got to send out the invitation. This is fairly early at this time. And Jacob was a mechanic's apprentice, which, that's actually a fairly important job aboard the floating palace. But he wasn't particularly good at it. But Jacob was really good at shooting. And so he enlisted. And his out of training, his first job, he impressed people enough that his first job was thrown in to be part of the personal guard of Princess Rao and concubine regent Qingxi. And over this period of time, Qingxi has confided in Jacob and kind of shown. Jacob has realized that she's more than just this, ne'er-do-well that showed up on the floating palace and talked to her. Most of the floating palace and the court doesn't know that they're pirates, but they don't know where they came from, and they don't know why they get such special treatment. But here she is. And so Jacob now has a better understanding that she's not, completely, an outsider that has talked her way in. Now, a couple of things have happened. Qingxi has been experiencing, and more frequently, like blackout episodes. Like she'll wake up somewhere and she doesn't know how she got there. A lot of times it'll be in the underlinth beneath the floating palace, which can be a fairly dangerous place to suddenly wake up, because that is the area of the palace where the anti-grav drives sit. And so you have certain areas that will have crushing gravity and others that have next to no gravity at all. So it can be a fairly dangerous area. And she's woken up down there a number of times. And she has been attempting to figure out exactly what's going on with that. She has had a suspicion for some time that Princess Rao is somehow involved with that, but she has never been able to accurately confirm it.
Have I woken up with more bodies?
You have not woken up with more bodies as of yet, but you've woken up usually in the underlinth, and you will find yourself covered in dust and dirt, like you've been crawling through ventilation ducts, things of that manner. You've woken up with remote equipment for, like, drone equipment for, like, spying, things of that nature.
But no, like, busted knuckles or...
No, not since the last time where you woke up and you were standing over a body and covered in blood.
Yeah, there was that.
So, Qingxi, you know that. So a couple of things have happened. The rest of your crew has gone away on vacation, and you had decided to stay back because preparations need to be made for the wedding, but they've been gone for what, probably about a month. And you've realized that there's really nothing else that needs to be done around here. So when they left, they actually went to the grand launch of the Deep Night Revelation on Tobiah. They were a part of that whole launch party thing. They took a private cruise ship from Tobiah, so they don't even have their ship. They have upgraded from the Anubis. They do have a new ship, the Osiris, which is a what's it called again?
Command something.
Yeah, it's a Rorik's command vessel.
Okay.
This is what that looks like.
Cool.
And on each one of those wings, it can dock a Harrier. Now, of course, this is sitting on the docks, as is the Anubis. The Anubis is really the ship that you know, and so you have decided, because you haven't even piloted the Osiris yet. You're aware of its existence, but the Anubis is sitting there, and you have talked Jacob because, well, you haven't really talked him into it. You said that you are going to go join up with the rest of your crew on Gore, and Jacob, being the good palace guard and following his orders, can't let you go alone, and so along he comes.
Okay.
And so you can't really say that you stole it because it's your guys' ship.
I did have a ship share.
Right.
Well,
yeah, no, you didn't steal it. It's your guys'
mine too, but I'm just bringing them something they may need.
Yes.
Like running an errand.
Well, I mean, if you're going into Imperial space, which is where we're at, the Anubis is much better suited to sneak and get you there
Right.
than the Osiris. The Osiris just doesn't have near doesn't have the actual stealthy hull that the Anubis has.
It's a
Right.
it's a monster. It's just a monster who likes to kill things.
Right, but we
Yeah,
have
Fit right in.
we've already paid for another Harrier to get retrofitted and rebuilt, and soon we will have 2 Harriers to end this ship as a fleet of
Nice.
piracy and love. Joy.
It's all about the love.
You can call each of the Harriers. One of them piracy.
Well, people say I'm antisocial, but I talk to the dead a lot.
Hold on just a minute here. For some reason, I'm not sure why or how, but I am missing the Anubis.
Yeah, you shared shenanigans with. That sounds funny. You shared shenanigans with me.
Well, you know,
Yes.
if you're going on shenanigans is another clean vessel, so to speak, with clean IDs
Right.
that you could
Well,
take.
the profile you shared, Chris, it doesn't have any stats on the ship. Like you shared the sheet with me, but it doesn't have any stats.
Okay, hold on. I've got stats for the Anubis, so hold on.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Let's get through 5.
Anubis is crazy. It's got like thrust 6, J2.
Nice. Goes vroom.
3.
Powers 300,000.
I know it's got a particle barbette and a missile rack with a lot of nukes.
Rad.
Yeah.
Well, we just got 186 nukes for our other ship.
Oh, we have a stockpile of nukes and planet buster nuclear torpedoes. We just don't have a necessarily way of shooting without,
And
negotiating
just shove
for
them
another
out the
ship.
back of the ship. Shove them out the back of the ship and tell the
I mean,
go that way.
in theory, you could get like a ship's boat and just convert it to be just a big torpedo launcher.
This one
You
is
know?
still carrying the name Capri Sun, but this is the Anubis. It was just renamed because they kind of had to keep a lower profile.
Totally. I remember.
So, Qingxi, first of all, somebody needs to make a astrogation check. It could be either one of you.
For the Anubis, that'll be me. Now it's been a long time, so I may need help.
Right. So you roll 2d6 and add your education modifier to it.
Okay.
And your skill in astrogation.
Okay, so then
You could probably bring the crew robot with her if she wanted to help.
that'd be 10.
Okay, so a 10,
duties.
you've got that dialed in. The next thing you need to do is somebody needs to make an engineering power plus education check.
We have a crew robot that you can use if you don't have the necessarily skills to do that, and that crew robot has that shit.
That's true. He does.
Okay.
Let me
But,
find...
if it's gonna get you here, then fuck it,
Right.
take the robot.
I got
and our
engineer-
combat armor. Just
Yeah, bring my combat armor.
Yeah,
I'll pay for it when I get there.
So what'd you get on your power check?
there was too much information happening at the same time. So with the droid, I'm confused. Okay, give me a second. Oh, that didn't help.
He's a one.
Okay, so I have engineer 2, I have engineer 1 without a specialty.
Okay.
So that would be 0 for engineering, right?
Correct. So if you have engineering 1, so you should take at least one engineering specialty, which would be J drive or M drive, life support or power.
Okay. Well, yeah, to me it seems like J drive makes the most sense.
Yes.
And then Jacob has life support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it does. He also, I believe, has astrogation, but I don't know that it's very high.
It's astrogation at 0, and I have astrogation at 2.
So your engineering for power would be 0 plus your education modifier.
Okay. Ooh, that's not good. 2. We're not going to get very far. 3. Yeah. So 0. I got snake eyes. So
Okay.
it's 3.
That's 3.
Yeah, that's 3. So let me see. Power requirement. Basic ship systems.
You have to stop and repair the engine.
No, it's not that bad.
The crew bot has a 1 in all engineering.
It still
Yeah.
has. It still has
Yeah.
enough power for the jump drive. 120. Yeah, it still has enough power for the jump drive. Your coffee pot may not work for the week.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
We'll cold brew.
And then the last, and you get to add 2 to this. Make a jump drive, engineering J drive plus education check,
Okay.
and plus 2.
That's better. 8, 9, 10, 12.
Okay, so you don't miss jump. And did I even? Yeah,
Beth
here it
is
is.
going to get that mitten done by the time this is over.
So this is the star map. Here is the Drinax system. Each one of these hexes is is 1 parsec.
Right.
That's like what, 3.2 light years? And you are going.
It's a far way.
All the way up here. So,
Woo!
let's
Okay.
see here.
Yeah.
You can go 2. There's 1, 2.
It does have a portable fuel bladder she can use
3,
if she has to.
5.
It sounds like that's going to be a necessity.
Yeah, well, I mean,
7.
I'm pretty good with skimming, but
So I guess they've been gone a little longer than a week, or a month, because it's going to take you about 10 weeks at jump 2 to get there. So
well, I mean, we traveled too. I mean, we did a whole lot of jumps.
yeah, but yours
as well.
your ship had like jump 3 or 4. The Harrier only has jump 2. That's the big difference. So yeah, it takes you about.
And we were in a luxury liner, just having people bring us drinks and
Exactly. So you are on your way, and after 10 weeks, you come out of jump, and there is a flurry of communications traffic. So the first thing that you notice, well, who wants to make an electronic sensors plus education or intellect check?
On the Anubis?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do that, Ben? Okay.
The
Wait, you
crew
said-
bot has all electronics at 1 if you need them.
Okay. Well, he's got remote ops at 2.
So he would have electronics at 0.
Yep.
Plus his education or intellect. I think his intellect is at +1.
His intellect is at +1.
Oh, that's a +1 anyway. It's the same as
he's
the
the
robot
same
would have.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it. All right. So 4 + 1 for intellect. So 5.
So
No, sorry, 6.
So you're not able to really pick up a whole lot of information. You see that there are not a lot, but there's probably 3 ships that are kind of in a holding pattern. From what you gather, communications wise, coming in, there has been a environmental calamity on Gore. So Gore has been recently experiencing a massive drought, and this is not unusual. The Gore system, I can show you the Gore system. So at the top here, you can see that Gore is only 0.2 AU from its primary star. So it's in a highly elliptical orbit, and the problem, of course, with that is that it goes through periods where it is far too close to the star. And so it has these weather patterns that occasionally cause the world to have massive droughts. And then, of course, this is the world itself. And so you can see that the other flip side of that coin is it looks like most of this world is tidally locked. And so water's scarce anyways. But Gore has been going through a drought. And now it seems that drought period may be breaking. There has been a massive storm that has come through. There's been lightning strikes. There's been flash floods. Cats and dogs living together. It's massive.
So it's
money.
basically, it's California.
It's California, right. And so the starport is currently shut down because they are the storm. It is still just a massive rainstorm. They're expecting more thunder showers, more lightning strikes. There have been tornadoes. I mean, it's a fun time. Who wants to make a electronics communications plus intellect or education check?
Let's see. I'll do it. Oh God, this is boo. I'm apparently warming up to something important. 6 again.
So 6, you are able. There's no jamming going on, so it's just a routine. Out of the flurry of communications that you're picking up. So the other thing to know about Gore is it's tech level 3.
Okay.
So, these people are amazed when they see somebody driving around in a truck. Okay. Because most of the time they're herding cattle and whatnot from horseback or a large ostrich-like bird called a kian. Okay. And the communications that you're receiving is that evidently there is a town that you learn is just about an hour away from the Vorstaten estate, which you know is owned by the imperial noble that is overseeing this planet, who your crew was a guest of, Sir Willard Vorstaten. And you know from these communications, you know that the town of Rakken-Goll has been particularly hard hit, and there are conflicting reports, but it appears that a train has been sent from the town of Rakken-Goll with a crew aboard that are attempting to save another small hamlet, Fovent, from being flooded. And on this train they have explosives, and they are going to blow the dam. And as soon as you hear this, you're like, hey, that sounds like some people I might know. Yeah, they're going to blow something up.
Never done before.
Yes, we never do that. And
their own good.
Yes.
Shall I plug in my explosives vapor?
That would probably be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Now would be better than later. And so the other report that you're hearing is that you have heard some reports that there is some kind of firefight going on this train. As it is actually picked up speed and is going faster than it was at the beginning in a storm, with the possibility that the rail bridges are out and they are going faster, and there is a gunfight going on this train, but you're not able to actually confirm those reports.
Right, but that is basically, tell me my crewmates are on a ship without telling me tell me my crewmates are there without telling me crewmates are there.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like what they would do on vacation.
Everything's stacked against them, planning on blowing things up.
Yes.
That sounds like us.
Yes. So if you would like, you can make a piloting plus dex check to bring yourself into the world and head for said train.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. 9 plus 3, 12 plus dex, 14.
Okay.
Oh my. That's a nice roll.
Yeah. Well, she's a really good pilot. So
I've got a 0. No, I got a 1 in small boats.
My spacecraft is +3.
So meanwhile, over here on
Can
the
she pick off the guys on the roof with the ship cannon?
oh god,
particle cannon?
not if you want a train left.
Stick my
Well,
arm
you know,
out.
I'm sitting here going, you know, look at how close this bridge is. Maybe I should slow
So
down.
you guys,
some.
you guys have no idea, but Ting, Gregor, Beth, and Keith can all make recon plus intellect checks.
Nice.
I got 13 for Beth.
Okay.
Ooh.
I got 11.
Nice.
Ting.
8 for Keith.
Okay.
You guys are paying attention.
So all of you can hear an explosion. Keith thinks that Keith's immediate thought is, "Oh crap, the thunder and lightning is going to start again," is what he hears. Ting, Beth, and Gregor, Beth and Gregor can't really get a view, but Ting, you can see where you heard this sonic boom. You think that it sounds, it's either a sonic boom or a loud thunderclap. But you can see in the storm clouds above you what looks like it's starting to form a funnel. Like there is a swirling of the clouds. And there's a strange glow behind these dark clouds.
Wow.
But Ting has other things to worry about at the moment. So this guy is inside the train, and he has been shot. These two guys, unfortunately, have not been shot. The first two guys, these two fat idiots, are going to try to swing their beefy hands on Ting.
Now, I'll remind
terrible
you
at
that I also have my shrieker box shrieking.
Yes.
So -2 to whatever you do, son bitch.
Right. Oh, there's my...
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm using the new, the updated toolbar. Hello, Keith. Mr. Devon.
Yeah.
Hi, Keith.
Hi. Welcome back, Carrie.
Thank you. This is Victor.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
So the first guy, ooh, he does hit you. Oh, wait. No, he doesn't, because it didn't take my -2. Why did it not take my -2? Okay, so I guess the new roller doesn't do that. This guy also misses. They swing, and Ting's got a shrieker box and is blaring out like terrible music from his mouth and causes these guys to be distracted. The last guy, though, is he within...
Is it ICP? Are you shouting ICP at them?
It might be ICP, yeah.
I was going to
Nope,
say
I'm
it
doing
was
a
that song
tornado
from The
assignment.
Little Mermaid that
The new one.
Why is
people
this
keep
not
posting.
working? Yeah, sure.
Magnets, how do they work?
Yep,
Wire
and he's at
cans, different
-2 as
than
well, but he's going to take a shot at you with the revolver. I guess, well, if this isn't... How do I make this go away? If this isn't going to do what I want it to do, then it can fuck off.
Okay. Is that a new
Simple.
roller that you were trying?
They've got an entirely new toolbar, and
Yeah.
that they've done. We'll just do it that way. No, he misses with the revolver. Meanwhile, inside, this guy is going to try and shoot Gregor. In the back, no less, because Gregor's driving the train. That's a 1, and a 5 is a 6. He misses, and the bullet, the round bounces off of the control console. It doesn't damage anything, but Gregor's like looking over his shoulder, giving them the stink eye. So, Gregor, what would you like to do? Yep, I think Gregor froze up.
Yeah, he's pausing, flaking, doing the internet shuffle.
Yes. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's typing.
Oh, that's good. That's good news.
At least that means
Yeah.
he's still here.
He is still alive.
You don't need to get out the Ouija board.
The bridge, you can see the bridge in the distance. And when they were saying that they were having to shore up, you can see that in the distance, you can see that the river is high enough that it is rushing and occasionally splashes over the rails on this trestle. To show you guys, for Carrie and Victor, this is what the trestle that they're about to cross is looking like. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Thrilling heroics. So, what do you want to do? I mean, it's not like you really have to drive it. All you got to do is make sure that you're not going too fast or too slow. You can turn around and shoot the guy. Okay. So Gregor, so you want do you want to shoot or do you want to use the train brakes? Okay. Make a engineering power plus intellect or education, your choice. Nice. So Beth's probably okay. Beth, I need you to make a athletics dexterity check.
Okay.
And you can add +1 to that because you're in the cabin with Gregor.
Okay. 13. Let's go.
Sweet. Yeah, so you brace yourself as he slams on the brakes. Keith and Ting, you both need to make an athletics dexterity check.
Okay. Better make it, team. Oh no.
Well, I've got a
Good
guy
guy.
that's between me and the exit. I mean, if he hits the brakes, I'm going to bump into another guy that can, stop me from flying too hard.
So, Keith, what'd you get?
I got 4.
Okay.
Hope you survive.
Yeah.
Keith, make another athletics dex check.
Okay,
Probably for the stall. Okay. You fell better than you held on.
that's an 8.
Okay. So, Keith, you lose your grip on the ladder on the side of the train and actually land on the windshield of the Bandit SUV as it's driving alongside the train. You do take 3 points of damage, ignoring armor.
Okay.
Pretty soft landing.
Yeah. Okay. So landing on the car.
Ting, you are knocked down. Yours isn't bad enough that you get thrown off, but you are knocked down. You are now prone on the roof of the train.
did my friends on the train make their save?
Oh, that's right. They still need to make theirs. So
At -2.
yeah. This guy did not. And that's going to be bad for him. Make another check. And that's still bad for him. This guy falls off and is run over by the SUV. And now he gets to go down into our pile of dead folks. This guy also fails. Come on. Oh my god. And he falls off and hits the ground. And he's not going to be dead, but... Oh, yeah, now I roll an 11. Fucking pricks. Hold on here. Needs my calculator. Let's see, that was 11 points. Makes that 0. That 6. But, he's like back here. And last guy. Are you fucking kidding me? So with Snake Eyes, this guy falls off the train and under the wheels of the train and is immediately obliterated. This guy in here, he does not get knocked down or anything. Okay. Beth, what would you like to do? You got this guy in the cabin, or trying to shoot you into the cabin.
I'm gonna start blasting.
You gonna pull out your inner Danny DeVito? Let me
Yeah.
start blasting.
Wow, I rolled well. Okay, so that's yeah. So 12
Oof.
altogether. Yeah.
That is a +4 to your damage. Now, don't forget, you're using your Gauss pistol. You could be on 3-shot burst setting and add that auto score to it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm pretty pissed off at this point.
I would imagine, yeah.
What do I add exactly though?
So it would be hold on. There it is, Gauss pistol. So it'd be 3D plus 2 for the auto, plus 4 for your hit. So 3D plus 6. Yeesh.
All right, which is good. Because the 3D altogether only equals 6. So I got 12 altogether.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, he's not dead, but you guys hear a 3-shot burst. Well, no, he's not dead. 3-shot burst go off, and he drops like a sack of potatoes, and is left bleeding out. Keith, you're on the hood of this SUV. You
Okay.
have a very tenuous grip. And
Yeah.
the driver is as shocked by this as you are. In fact, the driver... Yeah, he recovers. What would you like to do?
So, first question, how many people are in the SUV that I can see?
This truck has 3 people in it. There are 2 more bad guys in the back. And the driver turns on the windshield wiper. Yes.
Great. This is a bad situation to be in. I think I'm assuming one of the windows is open.
Oh, I'm sorry. The SUV that you fell on only has 1 guy in it. This SUV still has 2 people in it. or I'm sorry, 3 people on it, the driver and then 2 passengers. But this one only has the driver, and the 2 that were inside got off through these open doors here on the side of the train.
Okay. So I'm guessing there's an open window in this SUV.
No.
No.
And
Okay.
break
Well,
one.
I'm gonna try to open the door and fling myself into it.
Okay. Make an athletics dex check.
Okay. Nine.
Okay. So Keith pulls an Indiana Jones and is now inside the SUV. And as you come in, I will allow you to make a melee, plus your choice, either Dex or Strength, to basically kick this guy as you pull open the door and go in.
Okay. So unarmed.
Yes. I swear, if you
Okay.
drag behind the truck, this is going to be epic. You don't have a whip, do you?
No, I don't think so. So that's 8, or actually that's 9. Sorry.
Okay, so you smack this guy, and hold on here. I need to. Let's see here. Right. Da, 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 da. So it's a +1. I know that. Ah. I know it's on my screen. Let's see here. Unarmed. Yeah. So roll 1d plus your strength or dex modifier. Or I'm sorry, it's 1d plus your strength modifier +1.
Okay. 6.
Nice. You smacked the driver pretty damn hard. I'm just going to use one of these guys. Yeah, there we go. You are in the middle of a fight driving this SUV, and trying not to get stuck under the train at the same time. Ting, what would you like to do? Probably pick your happy ass up.
Well, I'm already laying down. I think I'm going to use my monofilament claws to cut a hole through the top of the train.
Okay.
And go ahead and drop down inside.
Okay, so we'll give you the little, where's the little shield? There we go. That shows you are now inside the train.
Yep, and you can mark a circle there if you want, but there's a big hole in the top of the train that may or may not be.
That's a good idea. Let's see, how do I do that? Here we go. I want to go to ellipse. Let's go. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, so there I am, and I'll be like, I'll yell down the fucking hallway, there's a fucking tornado, man, what the fuck?
The bandit SUV. So this bandit, he, wow, he's got a decision to make. So Keith kicked him in the jaw, and the truck is veering towards the train. The bandit is going to attempt to grab the wheel and correct it. Keith, if you would like, as a reaction, you can help him steer the vehicle away from the train.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so go ahead and make a. It would be a drive plus dex, drive wheeled plus dex check. Oh boy, and this guy is already bad, so he needs all the help he can get. He got a total of a 3.
I got 11.
Okay. Okay, so between the two of you, you are able to kind of veer the Jeep over this way and not end up under the train crushed, which is, that's good. That's good.
I prefer that.
I'm very happy about that.
Meanwhile, this guy over here, sweet. Okay. Awesome. We'll just reuse these two guys. No need to reinvent the wheel. These two guys clamber up the side of the train. They are on the roof. And now I need... So Ching Shi and Jacob, go ahead and roll initiative. So initiative is 2d6 plus either your intellect modifier or your dexterity modifier, whichever you choose to do, because it is a benefit to be either quick of reflexes or quick of mind.
Okay, and I'm wearing my battle dress, FYI.
I would assume so, yes.
Yeah. Okay, 8, 10. So you said 2d6 plus dex?
Dex or intellect.
Okay, so that would be 10. And then do I subtract that from 8 still? Or do I subtract 8 from that? Or
No,
whatever?
don't. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay, so 10.
Here. Let me throw you guys down here somewhere.
And you're into
Jacob. And then there's Ching Shi.
That's okay.
So you said, whoop. That's not what I wanted to do.
I got 10.
Hold on. Yeah. Why is this? There we go. Now we'll add you. You got a 10.
Yes.
And what did Jacob get?
4.
Oof.
All right.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake.
Oof.
Yeah.
Just about Snake Eyes. Again.
Oh, Jake. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, man, there's a tornado. That's pretty cool, man. It's swirling in the air.
You spent all that time on the floating palace. This is all brand new.
Yeah. I thought we were just going to do a bunch of recreational drugs. And,
I thought guarding nobles was easy,
yeah.
Exactly.
So the train thieves, this guy is going to drop down inside. Why can't I? There it is. He drops through the hole, and he is going to take a shot at Ting.
He's still under the -2 penalties of fucking around to find out.
Yeah, well, God damn it.
Haha.
So, Beth and Gregor, you can hear a gunshot go off somewhere behind you. The other guy, he's still up above. He will... No, he can drop down too. He will drop down as well. Right here. And he'll take a shot. -2 is only a 7. That is a no. He barely misses Ting. You know what? I'm going to change my dice color because these dice rolls are shit. There we go.
Singing Baby Shark.
There isn't a digital dice jail in Roll20.
Yeah, there should be. There should
You
be.
can drag and drop a digital. You know who would have that? D&D Beyond.
Ugh, fuck D&D.
They would have spent hours and hours.
Yes,
thousands
and then
of men
Yes,
saving it.
and they would have charged you like an extra $3.99 a month to use it.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would sit in the corner of everybody's little screen when you activated it, so they would know you were pissed at the die.
Right.
They-
And the
they
dice
were
would
like,
fly.
yeah, look at this pretty dice that I have in jail that I'm punishing it.
Right.
Fuck you.
So
dice.
Qingxi, you and Jacob are coming down, and you are in heavy cloud layer. You can see lightning going off. You're flying through rain, so the windshield of the Harrier is just covered in water, and you bust through the cloud layer, and down below you can see this train not going quite as fast now, and there's a possibility that you might overshoot it. So Qingxi, you have to make a decision on what you want to do. I mean, you could drop Jacob onto the roof of the train, obviously.
Well, the first thing I want to do is try and connect comms with Beth. Because I don't know where they are on the train. I don't know if they're trying to stop the train. I don't know if they're trying to make sure that the train gets to go. I don't know what they're doing there.
That's
So
true.
all I know is I think that maybe potentially my friends are on the train.
Right.
So the first thing I'm going to do is try and activate comms to connect with Beth to even confirm that there's any point in getting off the ship in the first place.
Okay, so go ahead and make an electronics comms plus your choice, either intellect or education.
Ooh. 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so Beth, Gregor, Ting, and Keith, all of your mobile comms light up all of a sudden. You are getting a solid cell signal, and you can all hear Qingxi calling in and letting you know, wanting
What's up, bitches?
wanting to know what you guys want her to do. You've got air support. There is a Harrier coming in.
Waiting for your command, Captain.
Hey, man, why can't she shoot a missile into the place that we need to blow up
She could.
and free all that?
She could.
That's why I'm talking to Captain first rather than just starting to attack the train.
That would help a lot. That would.
Here's the
solve a
one.
lot of
Here's the one
problems.
downside of that. So Qingxi's flying, which would mean Jacob would have to operate the missile turret, and I don't think that Jacob has. I don't think he's got gunner turret, so he's going to be at a -3 for that roll.
But Jacob, you
But
can say
I'm trying to flatten the city anyway, right? So I mean, like, aiming is less important.
Actually, the opposite. The whole idea is to blow this sand barrier so that the river will divert and not flatten the city. I mean, similar. I mean, they're basically the same premise, just
right.
the reverse.
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
there's bandits bothering us, so they're messing everything up.
But I
So
mean,
she could,
Jacob could take his time on targeting, which will give him a +2.
Okay.
I
So
guess
that
it's
means he's
like-
on a
it's
-1.
It's kind of up to you if that's feasible with the time, because that's sort of like,
She
yeah,
can
I
move.
don't know.
She can move a hell of a lot faster than you guys can.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know how close we were, so
you could also
Um,
make a crew bot get a lock on that sandbar.
Yeah, let's take a look at the crew bot.
He's got all electronics at 1.
Well, there we go.
So yeah, he's got electronics all 1, engineering all 1, mechanic 2, medic 2.
Nice. So yeah, let's do. So the crew bot would offer support while Jacob rolls.
Yeah,
Or he like roll for the crew bot basically.
Yeah, he could roll for the crew bot.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna.
It's
I'm not
just
even
a
gonna have him.
sensors,
I'm not even
yeah.
gonna have the crew bot get a initiative. It'll just
Okay.
It's just a sensors thing.
right.
So +1.
You could stop the train, yeah. So okay, so you're aware of the plan, Qingxi. You can make a piloting plus dex check to speed off and head towards the town of Fovent, and I can show you where that town is.
Because I'm assuming, since Beth, especially, she's not like under attack, so she could send me the information, or at least tell me what I'm Googling to figure out where it is.
Right. So, and I mean,
Yeah.
you would be able to see the town better than they can because you've got an aerial view. So they are crossing this leg of the stream right here. There's another bridge here at the river, and then the town of Fovent is here, and they were going to blow the silt dam here so that the raging river will go around this little mini loop and, not bust through the middle of the town.
Okay. Well, if I'm piloting over to try and take a shot, I just rolled a natural 11 plus my 3 for piloting is 14 plus my 1 for education is 15.
Okay, so you guys, Gregor and Beth, and of course Keith, you see this Harrier come down and like throw on the afterburners and take off way ahead of you.
Wow.
Gregor, what do you've got the brakes on? What would you like to do? So
Sure, let's try and stop. Let's do it.
Okay, so he can continue to hit the brakes, and the train is slowing down more and more and more. And Gregor, make a engineering power plus intellect or education check. Nice. So he doesn't screw that up, and he's venting steam away from the drive, and so the train is slowing down, which also causes these guys to kind of they're going faster than they need to, so they kind of shoot forward. Beth, what do you want to do? I can tell you what you could do.
All right.
So one of the things that you could do is that now that you've got a connection to the Anubis, you could do an electronics comms plus education or intellect check and relay information for targeting or data from the town about the town of Fovent and map information. You could pass that to the Anubis of where you want this missile to hit, giving Jacob another +1 to hit.
We're stopping the train.
Or rather than that, you could make a tactics plus intellect or education check.
How fucked is Ting though? In trouble?
Oh, no, I'm not in trouble at all. I'm going to fuck these dudes up, and I'm going to do it in tremendous style while the camera drone circles around and makes it look better than it really is.
You said tactics, right?
Yeah, you could do tactics plus intellect or education.
No, that's good. Right. Ooh, 6. That's not good.
You got a 6? Okay.
Not a good roll.
So no, that does not give a +1, but you guys got some targeting data. The storm is kind of scratching it up, a little bit staticky. Keith, what do you want to do?
I'm going to try to wrest control of this vehicle completely. So I want to grapple the guy that is in the vehicle and try to kick him out of the vehicle.
Okay. Go ahead and make a melee unarmed plus dex or strength.
9.
Nice. Roll 1d plus your strength modifier and plus 1.
That's 4.
Okay. So this guy. Oh, come on. I know there's. Oh, I guess not. Fine. He goes out the fucking driver door. Oof. 0, 1, and goes rolling. Let's see. 10 meters. Back. And you now have control of the SUV.
Awesome.
Ting, what are you going to do with these two morons?
I'm gonna run right up here and get their face, and then I'm gonna hit this guy here with my my razor claws.
All right. Go ahead and make a melee. I guess that'd be melee blade. Plus your...
No, it's unarmed. It's like a.
What page are those claws on?
Let me look. Razor claws. I've got to find it on my sheet. Sorry. Razor claws. Here we go. Page 57.
So razor claws.
Arc-filled claws as melee weapon.
Yeah, I don't think it's unarmed though. I mean, if anything, it would be considered melee natural, but I'll go ahead and allow it just unarmed. That's fine.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. If you're giving me leniency, I sure want to acknowledge it. So I'm
Well,
gonna
like
hit
I
this
said,
dude really
it would
hard.
normally be like, for instance, the Dewclaw on Aslan is melee natural.
Yeah.
But that's a hit with a +1 to damage.
No, I don't get +1 to damage. My damage is capped off because of my cutting, I believe. And it are the same rules as like a piston fist?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well then I'll take the +1 to
Those are
damage.
adjustable, extending as far as 5 centimeters from the fingertips, allowing attacks cause deep wounds and up deep into bodies and machinery. There's monofilament sharp, enhanced by arc field. They cannot be parried by anything below tech level 14. So if they're arc field, they cannot be used for more than 10 combat rounds per day.
Right, and this would be 2.
Right. These claws revert to basic functionality. So, yeah, it doesn't. As a melee weapon.
I was thinking of the piston fist. Sorry. So there's 13 points of damage, Mr. Bad Guy.
Okay. So, yeah.
Not trying to.
Let's see here.
Talk myself out of damage. Just fucking make mistakes.
Believe it or not, he's not dead.
No, but he's going to have serious morale issues as this continues on.
Yeah, he's going to seriously rethink his life choices. So, yeah, you swipe and you open up this guy's chest. He is bleeding profusely.
Gonna make the Baby Shark song that's blaring out of my voice box, go to more of a harsher, demonic tone,
Yeah.
Baby Shark.
The industrial Baby Shark version.
Yeah.
Bandit SUVs. This SUV, well, he's gonna try slamming on his brakes. Oh no, that's not good. That means he got a 1. He goes under the train as the train is grinding to a halt. And this SUV, the SUV. Let me look at the. Oh, that's right. These guys didn't have the armor that. Yeah, well, that's gonna suck for him. It takes 13 damage and is now being dragged by the train along the tracks. Gregor, make a engineering power plus intellect or education check. Nice. So Gregor's able to he kind of throws on a bit of speed and stops the train from derailing. But you guys can all feel this train kind of hop a bit on the tracks as this SUV is getting dragged under the train. Qingxi is coming in on the town of Ortiz, and you can clearly see this river raging. So like I said, you've got... so you can roll 2d6 plus 1 for the crew droid.
And then plus 1 more for the information captain sent, right?
Well, that didn't work out.
Oh, it did. It could have been.
Yeah, I rolled like 4.
Got it.
She
Yeah.
told you to go shoot down next to that thingy around the bend over yonder down there.
You need to get that thing pointed at the stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotta change the stuff.
Like
You sit
Dune?
and-
Yeah, not slow. Okay. So 12.
Nice. So that is going to give him, with a 12, that's going to give him a plus 2. And so if he takes his time on targeting, that gives him an additional plus 1. So he's at just a 2d6. Let's see. Yes. It would just be 2d6 plus his dexterity modifier. And you want to roll as high as you can.
Oh, so 5 plus. Hold on, we're looking up dex. I think it's plus 1.
Oh, and he gets an additional plus 1. I'm sorry, he gets an additional plus 1 because they are smart missiles. So
Sweet. So 5, 7.
okay, 7's close.
What is the armor rating on a sand?
A sandbank? Well, it's not going to matter. So you see this missile streak out from the Anubis and slam into. It doesn't hit the bank exactly. It hits that small stream in and of itself. And you can, everybody on the train, well, Gregor and Beth on the train and Keith, you can see this explosion go off in the distance. And the river does divert. The town does take a little bit of damage from the explosion, but the river is diverted, and it will not crash through the middle of the town.
a little fallout damage from the radiation.
Well, they're not. I'm sure they didn't use nukes. So,
Well,
they probably use standard missiles rather than a nuke.
Oops, I forgot to flip the switch.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Everybody goes blind, and there's a mushroom.
3 eyes
cloud.
are way better than 2 anyway.
Right, So, over here, this guy, he is gonna swing on Ting and miss with a 7. This guy is just going. Whoops, that is really annoying.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. I don't know what this is doing or why. This guy's going to bravely run away. He doesn't want to listen to your shriek box.
He's going to bravely run away right into the mouth of Captain Beth Smith's Gauss pistol.
Right.
Just face first. Leaves a little mark on his forehead because he bumped into it.
Yeah, he's going to take a shot at Gregor and miss completely. God damn these dice tonight. Ching Shi. So the river has been diverted. Where do you want to go from here?
Well, I want to convey that the river's been diverted to Captain.
Okay.
And then ask what's next.
Yeah, what do you guys want her to do?
Does she feel like picking us up?
Yeah,
our shitty vacation
hey,
clothes.
I think they're over their vacation at this point.
Okay, but we don't want to leave your ship behind.
They didn't. They took a cruise liner.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant they took a cruise liner like they took a cruise liner.
Well, we did actually.
They considered that.
The whole ship. I've got a bunch.
So I was like, well, don't leave your fancy schmancy cruise liner behind. Okay.
No. We sold that for like 70 million, and we ransomed all the nobles on the board. We haven't gotten that payout yet, but they're currently either ransomed or being ransomed from Palindrome, and we have a huge paycheck there. I mean, there's like 30 nobles we kidnapped.
But the noble on this planet is the guy that we gave him a shot at escaping the madness bacteria, and I guess he made it, and he's grateful. And
was told not to kidnap him.
But it's been nothing but disasters since we landed, and we didn't bring any of our good shit.
You had about a week worth of time riding horses and
buying chaps.
Yeah. Ting's walking around in his assless chaps, you know.
Yep.
Okay.
And a cowboy hat. Don't forget the cowboy. That's key to the outfit.
And a vest. A leather vest with like a big star.
Yeah, and the fringe.
With little tassels going on.
And nothing else. Oh, and boots. And cowboy boots.
Yeah,
and nothing else.
Boots and a bandana around my neck.
Okay. So, Captain says you guys are ready to get picked up. The train is still moving.
Yeah, it's slowing down and coming to a stop.
Okay. So, I mean, we're pretty smart up here, so we can probably figure out about where it would come to a stop.
Yeah.
And touch down there, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check.
Okay. 11. 13.
Okay. This guy is going to simply decide that he's going to run away. After getting kicked out of a moving SUV, he's probably tired of that. So, yeah, Ching Shi turns the Anubis around and is coming back. Gregor, you are bringing the train to a stop. The brakes are on. You guys are coming to a stop right before the bridge. Gregor, roll a recon plus intellect check. Okay. So, Gregor, as you are bringing the train to a stop, you can see that this trestle bridge that you're about to cross is wobbling back and forth due to the high water, and you are bringing the train to a stop right at the edge of where it would cross that bridge. Gregor, what would you like to do since the train is coming to a stop and you're about to save everybody's life?
Whiskey.
Yes, whiskey. Amen. I hear that. Well, you still have this guy back here too. Took another shot at you.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, it's not gonna take off quickly though.
We got to see if we can save this bridge in order to get all our little.
Well, there are crews
mission
working on the
points.
bridge.
Yeah.
They are attempting to replace timbers as fast as they can. It's okay. So go ahead and make a engineering power plus intellect or education check. Nice. So the wheels start to turn. This SUV is basically done for as it gets completely obliterated, getting dragged backwards slowly by the train. And the train starts to reverse and back away from the bridge. Beth, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go kill a guy.
Gotta kill some folk.
Yeah. Well,
It must be Tuesday.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess so. Right. Nice. 8 altogether.
That is a hit. So, what did we say that was? Sorry. So there's no plus to damage.
Yeah, it's just barely, is it?
But you do get to add your auto score to the damage if you're still on burst.
Okay. That's 17. That was really good damage roll.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. That's.
Is that the dude I sliced up with my fucking claws?
No, it's the other one.
Oh, well. He's still not having a very good day.
No, he is not. And
Yeah.
he is now. So Beth hits him. So Ting and Gregor, you hear burp, and this guy drops unconscious and is bleeding from sucking chest wound. Which, in my opinion, is the best kind of chest wound. I mean, go big or go home. Keith, you now have control of the SUV?
I need to stop.
Okay, so you stop and you see the train slowly starting to reverse. What do you want to do? You could get out, or you could. Well, let's see here. Could you? Let's see. Yeah, I would say that you could get out of the SUV and jump back onto the train.
Is there enough space in the Anubis that he could like pull into the cargo bay?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, but if that's gonna happen,
I was thinking I might want to keep this SUV.
We've got a lot better one on the train.
That's true. Yeah, you guys got that. You got Sir Willard's pickup stashed on the train.
Oh shit! Is he gonna be pissed that we like leave it on the train?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, you guys have really helped him out. So
We don't have to leave it on the train. We can leave it in our ship.
why am I not finding what I'm looking for? It is.
Well, extra good care of it.
There it is. The SUV. So it's only got a shipping weight of 5 tons. So the Anubis has 29.7 tons of cargo space. So yeah, you could roll this baby up into the cargo bay and take off with it. We didn't pirate a ship, but we got a truck. It's
Seems
not
appropriate.
It's not a complete loss. I'm not leaving until I steal something.
It doesn't even need to be shielded from EMP blasts or nothing because it's so primitive.
Yeah, it's just a like a TL6 truck. It's not fantastic.
It might be handy. Might come in handy.
We
Sure.
should bring it back to town if nothing else. It'll be
Yeah.
like nice for them.
It could be useful. Who knows where? When we need to blend in with commoners.
There you go.
We
So
could put like explosives in it and rig it to blow like in 8 days, and then just go drop it off at some village with a full tank of gas. Talk about, here y'all go, man, get them crops in.
So yeah, you see the Anubis kind of swing and slide around and just set down.
Or we could always take it to fantasy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you
I
drop
bet
it off
they'd
at
love to
Fantasy.
drive it around.
Yeah.
Isn't that where we put all the semi-useless stuff?
Yes,
Because
everything
we
you
do
don't want, you
whenever-
just keep dropping onto Fantasy.
Yes.
So yeah, you see the Anubis slide around and land, and as it's landing, the cargo ramp is coming down in the back.
Sweet. I'm gonna drive in.
Okay. Go ahead and make a drive plus dex check.
Okay. That is 8.
Nice. So you pull the SUV into the cargo bay of the Anubis. And Ting, what do you want to do?
I've got to finish self-defending myself,
Yes.
so I might as well just hit this guy again. Let's see, 2d6.
Oof. My God.
14.
So that's going to be a +5 to your damage. Yeah, that's... Ugh.
That's another 18.
And
yeah.
This time, you open this guy up from crotch to chin, and he sloppily drops to the ground.
I'm going to tell him that I now know what he's made out of.
So, you guys basically stop the train. You have succeeded in re-diverting the river, and actually,
Did that take a lot of pressure off the bridge?
no, but hold on. There we go. No, it didn't, because and I can clear this. Yes, I'm positive. And I'll show you why. So you guys are stopped like right here.
I'm back.
The town. Oh, there you are. The town of Fovent is all the way down here, and this river kind of splits here. And so no, it doesn't take any pressure off of this bridge, but you have succeeded in your mission. And so Qingxi brings the ship back to the town of Rakken-Goll. And of course, the townspeople are all... So when we last saw the townspeople, Ting and crew have convinced the town people to stop pissing and moaning at each other and actually get to doing their own civil defense, and they are digging people out of collapsed buildings and things of that nature. And so Qingxi comes over, and there is a lot that's now empty because their building got washed away in the flash flood, and she sets you down. And of course, all the townspeople are like staring in awe that she has just set down a almost perfectly restored Sandalian Harrier. The ship is like 2,000 years old. They've done a lot of work to it. And you guys, have a chance to reconnect. And Qingxi kind of fills you guys in a little bit about, what's been going on with her. And Sir Willard approaches you. He comes walking out to the ship. He and the mayor of the town of Rakken-Goll have all they've come to an agreement. They've got the manager of the rail company on board. The rail company is actually now assisting in the civil defense effort, and so things are going fairly well. And Sir Willard introduces himself to Qingxi. He more or less releases you guys. He says, clearly I've got a lot of work to do here. It seems that you have your own ride. If you want to be on your way, I understand, and I will send that message and try to work towards getting your names. He says getting your names cleared, but it's probably not going to be quite as simple as that. But that's what he's working towards.
Would it be possible to ask him if he could play the angle of us removing the pirating from certain systems or whatever? If we can agree to tamp out some pirating, would that make it right? Well, just open it. We can open up the shipping lanes. What I'm saying.
Most certainly. Yeah, I mean, if you can offer some kind of protection versus pirates, that will certainly go a long way in your case. But
just think of us as an extra thick Trojan, buddy.
He
We're a protection. We'll protect it.
That'll go a long ways in your defense. But and he of course can make that promise, but he definitely is going to work towards that. And so you guys board the Anubis, and Qingxi, go ahead and make a pilot plus dex check to break Atmo.
While we're in Imperial space, though, we could hit them motherfuckers.
That's a terrible, terrible idea.
Just playing.
Even if you were in the Osiris, that's a bad idea.
I got 13.
Is there a patrol frigate we could nuke?
Oh God.
No, we need to get the fuck up out of here.
So
they hate us.
So Qingxi busts through the cloud layer, and you guys are heading towards your 90 diameter jump limit. Normally it would be 100, but your ship has early jump and stealth jump. Who wants to make the astrogation check?
I can do that.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Damn, 13.
Okay. Okay. And who wants to make the power check, since the Anubis is woefully underpowered for the type of vessel it is?
Go for it, Gregor.
Yeah.
I've got power 1.
Yeah, it would be power.
And whatever else.
Power
and
plus
whatever.
intellect or education, your choice.
They're both +1.
Nice. All right.
Ooh, oh.
And
Well, I've been rolling good.
yeah, you are. You're rolling way better than I have been. Who wants to make the J drive plus engineering J drive plus intellect or education check?
That'll be me. Sorry. 15.
Okay. So you guys have 10 weeks basically to catch up with Qingxi. You get to know Jacob. So Qingxi, what all are you telling the rest of them? And really, I guess, I would imagine Jacob would have witnessed some of this as well and probably covered some of it up. So I don't know how much the two of you want to tell everybody else.
Well, from my standpoint, they were all with me when I had that first blackout wake up with a body. Y'all were there for that.
Right.
We helped you stash the body.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really see a point in keeping the secret.
Right.
If anything, though, I'm going to tell them away from Jacob, because he's here sort of still on, as far as I know, he's still here on command of, protect.
Right. He's there as part of the royal court.
Yeah. So I am not prepared to talk about the details in front of him in case he's in on it. But I'll debrief at least Captain discreetly, but not hold anything back.
All right, and so are you going to voice your suspicions about Princess Rao?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I just don't see a point in keeping it secret, given that everyone was there the first time.
Right.
So
I wonder how easy it would be to mutiny the royal family, since they're all like insane anyway.
Well,
it'd be something to think about.
I might have grounds if I can get through the wedding, and then there's some poorly strategery deaths. Maybe I would just inherit the throne.
Yeah, that might be the easy way out. It would not be hard to arrange an accident for these people.
Well, I'm sure
they seem rather accident prone, really.
Before we call it the easy way out, don't worry, everybody. You'll get to murder hobo too. They'll be fine. Even if we plan an accident, I'm sure there will be opportunities to blow things up and murder.
There's
people.
A lot of opportunities for murder hoboing coming. So one of the things that Qing Shi has gotten in her time is that Qing Shi came across a private communication with, of course, she has access to things, being the concubine regent. She has access to things that normal people don't normally have access to, and she found a private communication between Scholar Voha, who is the head of the Scholars Tower on the floating palace, and King Oleb. And this communication is 23 years old, and it is concerning when they brought back Prince Herrick. And the communication reads as, Prince Herrick's injuries are considerable. Severe damage to all internal organs. 100% burns. Exposure to radiation and toxic chemicals from a breached shuttle drive. It is both miraculous and a testament to his strength that he is still alive. It will take all of our art and skill to restore him. Even his brain must be rebuilt. The damaged sections carefully excised and repaired with synthetic neurons and cybernetics. Every cell must be individually examined and repaired, or risk cascading cancerous growths when the time comes to begin the regeneration process. We can restore him, my lord, but it will be a very slow process. I estimate at least 10 years before we can remove him from suspended animation. To be perfectly honest, O King, when the prince first arrived at the Scholars Tower, I assumed he was dead. I have never seen such ghastly injuries. It was only when we fitted a neural activity scanner to his capsule that we detected rudimentary brain activity, even in his suspended animation. Your son sleeps, O King. He sleeps and he dreams. And you find, part of this communication is a scan of the basically of the images that came back from the neural scan. And this is what Prince Herrick was dreaming.
A Rorschach test, huh?
Right.
Cool. I wonder if the nerds on Tech World know that this was.
So, why is this? There we go. Why is it not doing what I want to do? Okay. You guys get, after 10 weeks, you get back to the royal palace.
Is there a way we could stop at Palindrome and get my fucking ransom money on this route?
Probably not. Probably
Oh,
not, because you guys are in a bit of a hurry. There's a wedding to be planned, and I mean, Qing Shi can't be late for her own wedding.
I think I've been waiting like 10 months to go to the world
She still wants to go to the world and open a window.
You have to put your side quest in like a file.
Yeah, open a window and yeah, don't worry. I'll work on allowing you to play Silo.
Is my body? What did I order? I ordered body armor.
Yes, so that will be back as well when you. So yes, you get your armor. It has arrived.
Our cut of the take from the merchant
Order
man.
battle dress improved.
I'm sorry. What was that? Last question. You're part of the take.
Yeah, from the merchant man in the he goes and he's got his battle dress armor
right
for him, and we gave him the location of old Sandalian places to go loot, and we were to get a cut of what he sold off of that.
Yes, you did.
Is 20 weeks enough time? I mean, that's like half a year.
Your cut is 130,000 credits.
That goes to the ship fund. So 130,000 credits, Captain, from looting Naracom.
So you guys dock at the Royal Docks as you always do. And keep in mind, down here is the regular space docks. And they aren't very often used anymore because they were partially damaged in the Aslan attack 300 years ago. And they've got bigger fish to fry. And so they've just been using the Royal Docks. And this, of course, here is the bazaar. And so, Gregor, you're able to get your armor. And as you guys approach, like, in the 20 weeks that Qingxi has been gone, the palace is now almost completely decorated. There's bunting everywhere. There's flower bouquets. They are really going all out for this royal wedding. And off in the distance, you can hear King Oleb shouting at the top of his lungs, "Get off me, bloody hell! Bring me my wine! We're going to go on a hunt! I told you, you were supposed to release that fungal vole down on Drinax. We have to go on a hunt. That's what you do before a wedding. You have to do a hunt."
Oh, Oleb.
And so he is planning. As you make your way down the hall towards through the Royal Docks, you can see that Oleb and a number of his Hawk Warriors. The Hawk Warriors all wear it essentially is ceremonial armor. It's very similar to what Qingxi wears in capability, but the difference is, of course, that the Hawk Warriors. They have these stupid wings attached to the armor and their head, and they have this sash with enough metals on it that it kind of almost overweighs their grav belt in their armor. These guys, unlike what you've been told, these guys are not elite warriors. Qingxi has kind of learned that, they're not really all that hot at what they do. Unlike the Imperial Navy, who has, 300 billion sophons to draw from, the Drinaxian military only has about 46,000. And so they take what they can get. So these Hawk Warriors are in the process of strapping the immense King Oleb into his outfit. Now, King Oleb is big enough that he actually has to use 3 grav belts in order to be able to fly, and it's kind of iffy at that. And they are preparing to go on this hunt. And you hear one of the Hawk Warriors say, "Oh yeah, we released the vole like last week, so it should be down there good and dug in, so it'll be a good hunt, my lord." And he's like, "Oh, good, bloody hell! I want a righteous hunt before a wedding."
You do know that a vole is a mouse?
Yeah, not a fungal vole. Yeah, I will allow you to make a.
In Terra, a vole is a is a mouse. I'm out in the field mouse. It's
I
a
will.
field mouse.
So I will allow anybody who wants to. You can roll 2d plus your intellect modifier and tell me what you got.
He's got 12.
Ooh.
7.
Okay.
Good.
And Jacob got 5.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay. Well, enough of you got it that you kind of, when you hear that he has released a fungal vole, several of you turn pale. So unlike the Terran vole, which is a mouse, fungal voles are actually from the planet Burgess, which was originally founded by exiles from Drinax. And initially they were kind of, their sole concern was being at war with Drinax. Not so much anymore. Now their sole concern is protecting themselves from the Aslan. The population of Burgess is essentially constantly paranoid. The entire surface of Burgess is covered by fungal growths. Mushrooms grow as tall as trees. The ground is covered in like a soft carpet of fungal layer. And one of the more nasty creatures on Burgess is called a fungal vole, which looks kind of like a cockroach, but it's the size of an elephant. And it also, if it takes damage, can release spore clouds. And this
we
is
saw Last of Us.
This is what has been released onto the surface, Drinax, that the king and his hawk warriors are going to go hunt. I mean,
How many are going to die?
well, you'll have to tune in next week to find out about that. But there are going to be some injuries.
Some of us just went hunting for a 10-ton brontosaurus.
Yes,
and it
well,
didn't
yes,
go so well.
yes. The Friday night group just went hunting for something. So
are we wanting the king to live through this? That's the real question.
well, we're gonna find out.
Maybe.
We will find out about that next week. However, for completing the last train out of Rakken-Goll, everybody's going to get 1 experience point. Everybody, including Jacob and Qingxi, you can spend that XP point wherever you would like to raise skills. Actually, hold on here. Where did I have that?
I am happy to accept unearned XP points.
So here are how to spend your skills, and this chart shows you the cost in XP. So you can raise, with 1 XP point, you can raise a skill that you don't have to level 0, which means you're at least competent in it. You don't have to worry about untrained, taking that -3. But if you have a skill that's already 1, you can spend 1 XP point to raise that to 2.
So if I wanted to edit
I'm sorry. You can go from nothing to 0 for 1 point. You can go from 0 to 1 for 1 point.
If I wanted to edit the camera drone footage and all that, and present it as a movie and all that, what kind of skill would that entail?
I would say that that's probably going to be a remote ops plus intellect.
Okay, so I don't need a special skill to put forth a cool movie or anything?
No, it would just be remote ops plus intellect, because you're basically you're editing that footage.
Okay.
I suppose you could use comms as well, but I would think that it would probably be remote ops plus intellect.
Okay. I have that.
Well, I'm pumped to see what happens next week.
So the
the
one house rule that we have is that no skill can be over rank 4. So some of these, like, oops,
he has a rank for gun.
Right.
Just as far as how well is he going to fit in with the rest of the murder hobos? He's got 4 for gun combat slug.
Because essentially,
That's
if you
gonna
have
come in
if you have a skill that is level 4, you're essentially you're so good at that skill that you are known throughout the subsector, if not the entire sector. So, like for instance, Captain Beth, I believe, has level 4 for medic. Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah, I
And
got
so-
that on.
So there are people all over the Trojan Reach that actually know about this and might actually come to the Floating Palace just to see Dr. Beth Smith, because she is supposed to be the best doctor in the entire Trojan Reach. If not the Tliawaha subsector, possibly the entire Trojan Reach.
Yeah. Go me. Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna get admin 0.
That is a damn good idea. It always pays off to know how to properly fill out the paperwork. We've run into this before.
yeah, that's true.
The Friday
I'm
night
over
guys
it
have
somehow.
had a lot of legal dealings.
Yep. And I got a wafer jack for legal stuff.
Yeah, strictly for legal stuff. Admin and advocate are 2 skills that are woefully underappreciated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I just made myself grab flyer 0.
Good
Nice.
idea.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right,
All right.
so
You guys
I
have
will see
to-
you guys next week at 7 o'clock, and we will get this whole wedding shindig going. And I can guarantee you things are not going to go the way you think they're going to go.
Rakken-Goll.
Have
All right.
fun.
All
Thank
right,
you,
have a good night, guys. I'll see you
Thanks, have
next
a good
week.
night. We'll see you next week.
All right.